Typhoon Krathon has made landfall on Taiwan's southwestern coast. The storm has already killed 2 people and injured hundreds more as it approached the island. Thousands have evacuated low-lying and mountainous areas. Officials have shut down schools and offices. Flights are canceled and financial markets closed. Taiwan's president warns the damage is likely to be catastrophic. 40,000 troops are on standby to help with possible rescue efforts. And our very own James Chater is in the major port city of Kaohsiung, where the typhoon made landfall. We can see the rains there behind you, James. This is a heavily populated area. How intense is the typhoon?
Absolutely. Well, in the hours leading up to this typhoon making landfall, the wind and rain has been pretty extraordinary down here in Kaohsiung, a city of some 2 million people, the major port city for Taiwan's exports and imports. I don't know if you can see this patch of trees behind me. Over the course of the last few hours, they've essentially been completely battered, stripped bare in some cases, many of them broken down as well as a result of those winds as the typhoon was approaching. Much of Taiwan now is on the 3rd consecutive day of closures, school closures, business closures, company closures. The entirety of Taiwan is on its 2nd consecutive day of such closures in advance of this typhoon arriving. Really interestingly, though, as this typhoon was approaching, it was actually weakening. So it just gives you some impression, really, of how strong this typhoon is, despite it weakening as it was approaching. Because of that, authorities are still warning of potential risks of storm surges, especially in those coastal areas like in this city of Kaohsiung, but also further up the coast, further north in Tainan. And that's why those tens of thousands of military personnel remain on standby to assist with rescue operations.
What can we expect in the next hours, James?
Yeah, we're expecting this typhoon to now move northward slowly. In local media, this typhoon is now being called a strange typhoon because of the extremely slow pace that it was actually moving. We were initially expecting this typhoon to make landfall some point yesterday, so Wednesday afternoon. It's actually made landfall some 24 hours later. Authorities are thus warning, because of that slower pace, that the impact that it's likely to have on Taiwan could be longer than was initially forecast. It's meant to bring heavy wind and rain to the western side of Typhoon, the more populous part of Taiwan. Some 90% of Taiwan's population resident in that western part, before it decreases in intensity to a tropical depression, likely as it arrives in the capital, Taipei, in the north of Taiwan, at some point on Friday.
That was DW's James Chater from Taiwan. Thank you so much.